A lot of how we operate in Congress comes from our own personal experiences. And, my family has a very close connection to the rural electric co-ops, starting back in the 1940s when my dad, who lived in a little town called Milford, Illinois, which is along the Indiana line, when the rural electric co-ops brought electricity to their home. And I asked my dad about that, and I also asked his sister about that, about what that meant to their family. And for my dad, his first memory is his father, who went out and bought a radio and brought it home and tuned to KMOX and listened to the play-by-play of the Cardinal games. So that was my dad's memory, first memory of having electricity in their home. His sister, his older sister, was that all of a sudden they could replace those old lights that were, I don't know how even they were powered oil or something like that were dirty, and how they could all of a sudden just switch it on, and that the light in their house seemed so much better. That was her first memory. But so it goes back to that. I had an uncle who served on the board of a rural electric co-op for many, many years. My grandfather was on the magazine cover of this rural electric co-op magazine that I have hanging in my office here in Washington. And so those personal experiences, that means something when you come out to Washington. And today, when we have 23 million rural Americans without access to high-speed internet access, it's the rural electric co-ops that can help us solve that problem. And I just was involved with rolling out a package calling for a $40 billion investment in making sure that we get high-speed internet to these 23 million rural Americans. And in the audience were folks representing the rural electric co-ops. So this is a real opportunity ahead to help people. And I think that the electricity of yesterday, today will be high-speed internet access that the rural electric co-ops can be part of.